Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this yummy 3-jam cake. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so below and let's get started. You're going to use 1 box of cake mix. I used vanilla, but I really love to use the yellow cake. It's less crumbly. You're going to use a small canister of the cream cheese frosting. I found the small one. You can use a large one, whatever you want to use. And you're going to need 3 jams, hence the 3Jamcake title. I'm using apricot, guava jelly, and strawberry jam. You use jam or jelly. Now you're going to need a piping bag or a sandwich bag if you don't have one. Okay, let's get started. Follow the instructions on the back of the cake box. Typical water, oil, eggs, of course. Here it is before, and here it is after. So toss it in the fridge or the freezer just to cool down before you work with it. You don't want anything melting off of it. And start with one of your piping bags. You're going to fill them up with your jams and your jellies just to get these ready for topping your cake. Tip that I always do is I drape the bag over a glass cup so it's easier to fill up the piping bag with whatever I'm going to fill it up with. Now I like to buy these plastic piping bags at Walmart, Michael's, in the cake aisle. They're totally worth it. It's like $5 for like 12 of them, and they just make all your desserts, cooking, all that kind of stuff just looks so much more professional. I just think it's totally worth it. You can use the sandwich bags or the freezer bags. I mean, that's easy too, but I just love the shape of these. I think it totally helps you in frosting any dessert you're making. So once you fill up all your bags with your jams, jellies, and your cream cheese or your frosting, whatever frosting you choose, I'm going to put them in a dish and just toss them in the fridge. You want to keep them nice and cool. It just makes for easier piping on your cake. You don't want anything being runny or loose or warm because it just makes it harder to stay on the cake. So just throw it in the fridge after you're done filling these. Meanwhile, your cake is also cooling down. You always want to work with a cool cake, again, because if not, your gems, your jellies, your frostings, all of that will start melting or warming up because the cake is warm. So just throw them on a dish and put them in the fridge for a little bit just to keep them cool, at least until you're ready to frost. Next, you're going to cut the cake in half and then just split it right down the middle. So you have a top and a bottom. I cut all the rounded edges off and the top and the bottom crust just because I wanted a perfect rectangle. This is pretty much enough for 4 people. Again, you can make the whole cake if you want. I just really wanted to make it nice and pretty. And really, it's just 3 of us, so I don't want that much cake anyway. I'm going to cut off about 1 inch off the tip of my piping bag. The larger you cut, the larger the strip of jam will be, the smaller the smaller. So just depending on what you want it to look like. You're going to start on the edge of the cake and you're going to pipe 1 stripe of jam or jelly. I started with the guava. The guava actually has a thicker consistency than the apricot and the strawberry, so I wanted to use that on the end just in case anything else wanted to run off of the cake. And as you can see, the vanilla cake's a little crumbly. Like I said in the beginning, I like to use the yellow cake. You can use any other kind of cake, but this one I found that was a little bit crumbly because it only has egg whites in it and it doesn't have full eggs. So anyway, so you want to alternate your jams. I started with the guava, then the apricot was next, and then the strawberry was next after that. Then I finish off with my frosting. And you're going to alternate lines all the way down. This is the perfect summer cake. So it's light and fresh, and it has those yummy jams and jellies on there, fruity jam and jellies on there, and it's just awesome. When we were kids, we didn't have any fillings to fill our fancy cakes with, so my mom would always use strawberry jam in the middle, and they're so good. So I kind of wanted to make a version of that. Okay, so then you're gonna top it with your other piece of cake on the top, and as you can see, I'm kind of holding a little corner of it because it was kind of crumbly. So then I started the same process. I lined one corner of my cake with the guava jelly, and then apricot, and then strawberry, and then the frosting. And I'm just gonna keep going all the way down, and eventually the cake starts staying in place because the jams and the jellies kind of hold it together. So it also helps if you want to refrigerate in the middle of your frosting process, just so it can kind of cool in place. So if you're somewhere where it's hot and you want to do that, you can. Okay, so pretty much it's done, you guys, but of course, like every great outfit, every good cake needs garnish, right? So I just used nectarines. You could have used strawberries and apricots, but I just used what I had. I cut up a couple pieces of nectarine. You can use peaches, and I used some blueberries just to make it a little bit more festive and a little bit more put together. I think it totally looks like a piece of cake that you would see in a bakery case or in a restaurant. Promise you, it's super yummy, you guys. Really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you make it at home. Hope you make it with your kids. And I hope to see you next time on my next video. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.